fool. Don't you see now that I could have poisoned you 100 times and I've been able to live without you? Lead the fishing rod, great general, to us sovereigns of Pharos and Canopus. Your game is cities and kings and continents. Nothing could part us in life, but now in death, we are likely to change places, you the Roman lying here in Egyptian soil, and I, helpless woman that I am, being buried in Italy. In praising Antony, I have dispraised Caesar. Is he a good man? Define good. I will not be triumphed over. My honor was not yielded but conquered merely. All strange and terrible events are welcome, but comforts we despise. I can no more. O Antony! Nay, I will take thee too. So I learned two things that night, and the next day, from him, the perfection of a moment, and the fleeting nature of it. And make death proud to take us. Celerity is never more admired than by the negligent. She did not approach Caesar wrapped in a carpet, she was not a seductress, she did not use her charm to persuade the men in her life to lose their judgment, and she did not die by the bite of an asp. Yet other important elements of her career have been bypassed in the post-antique recension. She was a skilled naval commander, a published medical authority, and an expert royal administrator who was met with adulation throughout the Eastern Mediterranean. Perhaps seen by some as a messianic figure, the hope for a future Eastern Mediterranean free of Roman domination. To rush into the secret house of death. Apollodorus came, Caesar saw, Cleopatra conquered. As a famous historian once said, in all its history, Rome deigned to fear two people, one was Hannibal, the other was a woman. I loved him so, even his past was precious to me. I found myself kissing each mark, thinking, I would have had it never happen, I would wish it away, taking him further and further back to a time when he had known no disappointments, no battles, no wounds, as I erased each one. To make him again like Caesarion. Yet if we take the past away from those we love, even to protect them, do we not steal their very selves? Princess, he said, spreading his arms in a shrug, how does such a little thing like you get such a big temper? I held up my hand to shield my eyes from the sun. Mark Antony, I said, how does such a big man like you have such a little brain? She did lie, in her pavilion cloth of gold of tissue, or picturing that Venus where we see the fancy outworked nature. I will even not rant about treachery. I was brought up in a sea of treachery and deceit and betrayal. I swam in it like perch in the Nile. I am completely at home in it. I shall not drown. If you find him sad, say I am dancing. If in mirth, report that I am sudden sick. Age cannot wither her, nor custom stale. Her infinite variety she makes hungry where most she satisfies, for vilest things become themselves in her. And Anthony, enthroned i'th market-place, did sit alone whistling to there, which but for vacancy had gone to gaze on Cleopatra too, and made a gap in nature. That something is not impossible does not mean that it happened. Nay, pray you, seek no colour for your going, but bid farewell and go. When you sued to stay, then was the time for words. No going then. Eternity was in our lips and eyes, bliss in our brows bent, none our parts so poor but was a race of heaven. They are so still, or thou, the greatest soldier of the world, art turned the greatest liar. A commanding woman versed in politics, diplomacy, and governance, fluent in 9 languages, silver-tongued and charismatic, Cleopatra nonetheless seems the joint creation of Roman propagandists and Hollywood directors. The art of speaking, it was later said, depends on much effort, continual study, varied kinds of exercise, long experience, profound wisdom, and unfailing strategic sense. The breaking of so great a thing should make a greater crack. The round world should have shook lions into civil streets, and citizens to their dens. Cleopatra was exhausting to play, but also completely exhilarating. She creates her own energy. If you find sad, say I am dancing. If in mirth, report that I am sudden sick. Cleopatra was on a political mission to save her country and her power, but what we remember about her are these 2 famed seductions, which are a matter of politics, not a matter of love. Melt Egypt into Nile. In nature's infinite book of secrecy a little I can read. Be it known that we, the greatest, are misthought. The name Cleopatra wakens the world to life. Her passions are made of nothing but the finest part of pure love. We cannot call her winds and water, sighs and tears. They are greater storms and tempests than almanacs can report. This cannot be cunning in her. If it be, she makes a shower rain as well as Jove.